As far as science knows, the Earth has been around for 4.5 billion years. Humans have called the Earth home for only 200,000 years. So it's safe to say our planet thrived before us and will thrive after we are gone. If you are new to this channel, click that red subscribe button to see more videos like this one. This is what would happen if humans vanished. After a few hours. If humans disappeared, it wouldn't take that long for the world to start feeling the effect. In merely hours, there could be shocking changes, and the planet as we know it would be forever changed. Since most power stations around the world work on fossil fuel produced by human-run power plants, power around the world would shut down. This means all of the lights and machines run by power plants would just stop working. The world would go almost dark, but there would still be power thanks to solar panels and windmills. After a few days. In 48 hours without proper maintenance, the windmills and solar panels that were still activated would soon shut down, and the planet would now officially be without any power. House pets would start to starve and suffer from dehydration from not being looked after by their owners. Most of the house pets and livestock would die because they will lack proper care and don't have the skills to live in a world without humans. Metro stations and lines would start to flood because the pumps that keep them dry are run by humans, and they would no longer have anyone to operate them. After a few weeks. Because of their breeding and their lack of any physical advantages for wildlife survival, designer pets such as bulldogs and terriers would die out after a few weeks of humans vanishing. Big dogs will start forming packs in order to survive, and they will start hunting smaller animals. Domestic animals would also become a larger food source for the already existing wildlife. Within a few weeks, many animals contained in zoos or enclosures would be able to escape and become predators once again. After a month, water that helps cool nuclear power plants will have evaporated, causing devastating nuclear explosions. Millions of animals and wildlife will die from cancer caused by radiation from the explosions. Sewage drainage systems that rely on power plants will stop working, and rivers and lakes will fill with sewage backup. The sewage backup would kill off most wildlife that relies on rivers and lakes for their ecosystems. Chemical and natural gas plants would now start to have effects on the environment as chemicals get released into the atmosphere, and natural gas will start wildfires that last for days. After a year. If humans vanished after a year, the Earth would start rebuilding itself from the lack of human encroachment. Luckily, the Earth will be able to bounce back from all the nuclear, chemical, and natural gas disaster pretty quickly. Not surprisingly, all the substances that would have been recycled, like plastics and electronics, would now be found littered in waterways. A year after humans vanish, satellites will start falling from the sky, creating incredible spectacles that resemble a meteor shower. 25 years later. Without humans mutating the genes of plants to make them larger and easier to grow, the plants on Earth would start to change. It would take 2 decades, but vegetation will start to revert back to their original state. Plants would also have already taken over cities, and once popular streets and buildings will be covered in grass and trees. With vegetation come the animals that rely on it as a food source. Cities will now be riddled with wildlife, and buildings and homes will start collapsing with no upkeep. Cities like Vegas and Dubai will revert back to their natural environment and will be covered by sand from the desert. There will also be a lack of pollution caused by humans, and the visibility in cities will increase. 300 years later. Animals now rule the world, and once endangered animals like elephants have been able to bounce back without threat from the ivory trade. Animals that were locked in zoos have now repopulated in foreign lands, and the distribution of animals around the world would be various. Lions and elephants that once called Africa home will now roam in what was once Manhattan. Large steel constructions such as bridges, buildings, and the Eiffel Tower will finally start to collapse due to corrosion. Marine animals would also start to thrive without humans, and the world's seas would be abundant with wildlife. 10,000 years later, all the cities and any indicators of human existence would be gone except for a few stone structures. 10,000 years after humans vanish, only the pyramids, Great Wall of China, and Mount Rushmore will survive. These stone structures have the potential to stand for hundreds of thousands of years and may be the only sign of human life on this planet after we are gone. 50 million years. The only thing that will survive after 50 million years without humans will be plastic. Future aliens that come to our planet will be puzzled by the plastics they find in fossils. It would take our planet another 50 million years to rid itself of plastics and any mark that humans once occupied this world. Pretty crazy to imagine, isn't it? Leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and check out these other amazing videos on our channel. Thanks for watching.